Hey, let's go back to like episode 1, remember? What have you been playing lately? That's a legit question too. What have you been playing lately?
I don't feel comfortable admitting it. I'm still on the mushroom game.
You bought yourself a PS5 and you're still playing the fucking mushroom game?
I know.
Michael, we talked about the different tiers of the fucking PS whatever, and you haven't explored the store and downloaded new things to play?
My kids are monsters, and you know my life at this point.
Tell me you've at least... Go ahead. What?
No, I was gonna say for you listeners, finally hearing our voices again. What you haven't known shit. Life has gone to shit. Nah, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. It hasn't been bad. It's just a lot.
There's been a lot of unexpected surprises.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. You know the old saying, life comes at you fast, boy? They weren't kidding.
Whew, fast and hard and holy crap.
Yay.
All I can think right now is life's tough, get a helmet. I can't remember where that's from, but that keeps popping in my head.
I have not heard that before, I don't think. I like that.
How have you not heard that? That's from our childhood.
No. Your childhood, maybe. Remember, I'm from Michigan. I wasn't around here. I got different monikers.
I'm talking... this is from, like, TV. I don't remember where it came from. I just know it's from TV.
Hang on. We gotta look it up now. I gotta know. Because I that does not sound familiar. Hey, by the way, hi, guys. How you doing? God damn it, I just typed in the name of our podcast instead of looking what you want us to look up. God damn it. It has been a while. Anyway, life's hard... Get a helmet. There it is. What is this from? Oh, Boy Meets World.
Yep. Eric says it to Corey. I remember.
Yeah. And he hits him in the forehead. He says, life's tough. Get a helmet. Not to date ourselves or anything, but hi, that's what we watched when we were kids.
Oh my god. What the hell?
I didn't expect to feel old today, but here we are.
Listen, I'm feeling old day by day. The fact that what was the hell did I see the other day? What came up that made me realize we are fucking old? It's the PS3. I want to say the PS3 is like 20 or 25 years old, something like that, right now.
One of them just had some sort of anniversary, I think, or it's coming up. You know what I just realized? There was a state of play yesterday from Sony, and I missed it. Or was it today? I think it was earlier today.
Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. PlayStation 3 is 18 years old as of this November. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine. There was something about Sony recently that they were celebrating, but I don't remember what. But there was a state of play earlier today, so we're going to have to go back and check that out.
Ooh. I did not know that. I am so out of touch, it's not even funny. You're talking about PlayStation's anniversary as a whole, isn't it? Because they ended up, didn't they release like an anniversary edition of the PlayStation 5 with the original PlayStation 1 gray?
I think that's what it is.
And then for a while they had done like an update that changed the boot up screen So it played the original sounds from 1, 2, and 3.
The boot up screen was a while ago, but they've mounted. Let me trip over my words a little bit. They've made that. I don't know if they made it permanent. They brought it back, so people can set that as their theme again now, which is pretty cool.
I have yet to see that. I will have to see if that's available.
I believe it is now. They talked about bringing it back after they mentioned taking it away for a while. I don't remember why, but now when they put it back, they unveiled a set of themes. It's not just that one. Now you can actually switch between a couple different ones.
Yeah.
So maybe it was just their way of setting up new personalization shit.
Maybe. Oh, you know what?
cool.
As a tangent, when we were talking about me having the PS5 now. Yeah, by the way, guys, I have a PS5 now. Yay!
Yay!
Thank you, Adam. You put the bug in my ear.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But yeah, no. One of the things I noticed when I set up the PS5, the themes that I had set up on my 4 are not available. So that kind of sucks.
Oh, they didn't carry over? Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm just not
that
accessing.
kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know if it's me not setting it correctly or whatnot, but I can't find them at all. So that kind of sucks.
It might just be a console generation thing where PS4 ones are only for PS4 and PS5 are only for PS5.
Right.
I have not dove into that stuff to know fully, so not a clue. Sorry.
It kind of sucks because I was used to having that Cade versus oh my god,
Oh, what's his name? Come on, you can do it.
Aldrin.
I believe in you.
Yeah,
There you go.
that background for a
You
while.
did it. Yay. They have to have some sort of Destiny backgrounds or themes you can find.
I tried looking, but I can try again later at some point.
Whoa, your webcam just slowed down and sped up really quick.
Uh-oh.
That was cool. All right, anyway. Oh, here's a good question for you before I said it out loud.
Uh-huh.
What episode do you think we left off on?
Oh fuck.
Language, sir. You have kids around.
My kids are dead to the
Or
world. Just to be clear, that is a figure of speech.
They're
They are
sleeping.
actually alive. With my luck, CPS is going to be reported.
You're fine.
Let's see. I know we're past 53. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
And remember, we don't number the special episodes based on the normal numbers either.
Nope.
So for interviews and state of plays or Nintendo Directs, it's something else.
Special. The specials are still in the single digits, I believe.
Yes. I think we're only up to 4 or 5 on that one.
Yeah. Fuck.
I've never heard of that number before.
I'll go with 60 for now. It's got to be in that
You
range.
are so close. Hey guys, welcome back to Ramblepack. What? Never mind. It's just like that time. Ramblepack Podcast, episode 59. We are 59 instead of 60. You were so close,
God
sir.
damn.
And I'm Adam.
And I'm Mike, and we're apparently kicking off the rust on our brakes or whatever.
Off the brakes.
I don't know.
This podcast has no brakes. I don't know if that's good or bad. Dude, this is... You know what I just realized, too?
What?
This is the first podcast that I'm recording in the new office.
Ooh. Yeah.
I don't think we recorded anything since I moved.
No. Yeah, a whole lot of stuff has happened. We're not kidding. Holy
Yeah.
shit. You moved.
Well, maybe here's a good idea. Maybe if we can find some extra time amongst life, since it's gotten hectic, what if we figure out a name for it and sit down and record just like a catch-up episode?
I think that would be a good idea. Let us know.
People give a shit about things like that sometimes, so why not?
Yeah.
And then we can start the other podcast that your sister recommended, or was it your sister or her wife that recommended starting the podcast about parents and stuff, and have people on talking about parenting styles?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that would be pretty cool to get to have the two merge at some point too, or crossover at some point, because I remember we were attempting to do an episode where we interviewed like our kids. You did yours. I've been an asshole and.
Hey, we just haven't been back doing this. You've been busy. It's fine. But I'll just have to re-record with Amelia. And I've got Lauren now who can talk, so I'll just have to record with her too.
My little one still can't talk, but she tries to play.
It's okay. We can re-record this a year later. Anywho, what's up? What?
No,
I'm
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember when. I know I've told you about it, but I'm trying to remember if it happened prior to our last podcast, or if it happened after the fact. Remember when I told you Morgan ended up buying Stray on the other PlayStation?
Oh yeah.
By the way, password protect your shit if you can. Piece of advice.
Oh God. We're gonna have to go back to some old episodes and listen. But I think that you told me. I want to say that you told me in a text, and then we brought it up on an episode.
And if I
don't remember, but that's hilarious. Still, just because you.
And if I didn't mention it before, or if you guys need a recap, my daughter apparently is too smart for her own damn good. Figured out how to work a PlayStation controller and played with my wife's PlayStation 4. Her PlayStation's not password protected. So she went into the PlayStation store somehow and bought Stray.
Your favorite game.
And I denied it tooth and nail until my wife said, "Listen, you got to check this out." I'm like, "It's password protected. There's no way for her to buy the game." Come to find out, it is not. I went all the way through the purchase. I bought a cheap ass game just to prove a point, and I was wrong.
So what did you end up buying?
I don't remember. It was something for like $1 or $2, just to see if I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently I can. So I deleted the card off that profile.
It's a way to do it. There you go.
Yep. Not taking that chance again.
So speaking of PlayStation, there's been a lot of news that's been going on that we missed and whatnot. But like I was mentioning at the top of the show, Stoney just had a state of play earlier, so it's some news we're gonna end up having to catch up on.
Mm-hmm.
But did you have anything to talk about Sony?
Let me scroll down. I want to say yes.
Just before I jump into some stuff about their studios.
Let's see. Surprisingly, no. I don't have anything, any recent news that I read about for Sony. So, take it away.
Wow. Well, PlayStation's losing one of their heads of a studio that they actually ended up founding. I don't know if this name sounds familiar to you or anything like that, but Jade Raymond, she helped co-found, or did she co-found or find it or so? She helped. Burp, excuse me. She helped or did find Haven Studios, and after so long, she's leaving now. And Haven is going to be run by two heads this time. Co-heads are Marie-Eve Denis and Pierre-Francois Sapinski. I don't know what they're known for, what they've done or helped do, but she's leaving to take a break and maybe move on to do something else. But she's been there since the studio was found, and I wish I had the information in front of me to see how long they've been around, because they, if I'm not mistaken, they were like PS3 era as well.
Okay.
Since you mentioned that, I believe that's when, if I'm not mistaken, that's when they came around.
So that would put it at least around 2006. Or a little after that, then.
You know what? Nope, I'm completely wrong. Haven is something else. I'm thinking of a different company. Haven was founded in 2021.
Oh, okay.
I am thinking of a different studio that was founded around that same time. And now I'm confusing myself with Hazelight Studios, so I'm just going to be quiet. Because I'm jumping around between different ones.
Shut up, we're old. We can't remember shit.
But anyway,
Oop.
that was the biggest thing with... No, that's not the biggest thing. Let me get my words right. That was small potatoes compared to something else that's been going on.
Oh, God.
I think there was a little bit of trepidation when Sony acquired Bungie.
Mm-hmm.
After them going independent from Activision and that whole spiel.
Mm-hmm.
That whole thing. And then, Destiny has been like an up and down game. We've picked it up, put it down, and we still play every so often, but they've had a couple stumbles as well.
Mm-hmm.
But there's been a lot of focus from Sony's side on supporting Bungie in making Marathon.
Yep.
And Marathon has had it's tough, man, because Marathon has had a lot of good press and a lot of good things that are coming out, but as time has gone on, it's just like taking hits after hits.
Oh my God.
And it's just not like none of this is good. So much to the point where I have started keeping a log of all the things that are going on that I want to have an entire episode based on that too.
Oh, Jesus.
Like just going from the initialization of the game and coming out and talking about it to where we are today and all the stuff that's happened in between there. It's a lot. So, cutting a lot of that short, they lost their main game director who swapped for somebody else, and that's because there was how do I want to say this? There was some inappropriate conduct that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So he was booted, and then he decided to turn around and try to sue the company for money or whatever that they didn't pay him, supposedly. After that, they brought on a new game director that was known from fucking Riot Studios.
Mm-hmm.
He originally came from making that recent... What's the game that just came out? Their recent shooter that's similar to Counter-Strike.
Oh, God.
I can't think of it. Valorant.
Yep.
Valorant. I believe he was the original game director for that too, but he's the game director for this now.
Mm-hmm.
A couple weeks ago, they showed off Marathon proper, and I say proper quotes because it was like a slice of it. It wasn't completed assets. They were still working on the game flow and all that fun stuff. They showed it off, got some good feedback. Reception was well about that. There was a handful of YouTubers that were actually invited out to play the game for a little while. They provided feedback. These were gaming sessions where they provide active feedback to the developers to let them know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then after they showed off the game to the world, like what it's supposed to be like, they let the same content creators put out their own videos from using content from these sessions that they were playing, as well as sharing like their own. It's curated, obviously. They can only talk about so much, but they were sharing their experiences and what they got to see and what they told them was going to work, what they told them wasn't going to work, and things like that, as well as putting out a closed beta. You had to sign up online and hope that you were picked to get into it. From that beta, they got a handful of good feedback and a lot of bad feedback. And the worst. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think I heard.
Bring up the worst that came from it.
Huh?
I think you're going to bring up the worst that came from it.
Yeah. I think I've heard a couple, seen a couple of videos on that, and they weren't happy about it at all. I want to say the style of it when you got into it and the way they did things, it's not really that memorable, and because of the bright colors and everything like that, it gets very tiring very quickly.
See, I like the art style. I like the way the game looks. It's really cool and futuristic, and it fits what they're going for, especially like knowing what Marathon was like before. But it's definitely a polarizing thing too. But along those same lines with the assets, it's actually come to find out that some of the assets on some of the game objects were actually stolen.
Yeah, I heard about that one too. That was.
So then that came out not long after they were already taking hit after hit from like the community and people talking about the game and what's been going on with it. So now there's some speculation, even though Marathon has shown up in some teasers and ads for Sony, that there's I think that they still have an advertising budget, and there's some speculation about Sony still pushing Marathon in their ads and stuff
Yeah.
because the game is supposed to come out in September.
Yeah.
There's some speculation that the game is going to be pushed to 2026 based on all this feedback and what's going on, so that way they can work out all the shit.
Probably be a good
Some
idea.
people also just want Sony to come in and take over. They're just like, just stop what you're doing, kick out Bungie leadership, Sony, come in and right the ship. Because a lot of people are also blaming what's going on Pete Parsons and how he's running Bungie.
Mm-hmm.
Which, there's probably some truth to that too.
But people also have to realize it's. Granted, it's been a while. Pete Parsons wasn't the one in charge when Marathon started. So a lot of this stuff probably was before him, if I'm not mistaken.
He was on the board. He's one of the leaders.
Yeah.
But he's the one who's most looked at because he's the one who comes out and talks shit. But he talks shit. He says stuff to the community sparingly, but he ends up putting his foot in his mouth, and people don't like hearing what he has to say half the time because he's like Jay Leno in the aspect of I've got cars and I make a lot of money. Look what I've got.
Right.
And then he turns around and tries to like be one with the community, but it's very tone deaf. And you see that was on full display when they were doing their huge round of layoffs and stuff, and he tried to come out and give I say speech, but it was a tweet or a couple of them just letting people know, hey, this sucks. I'm sorry. I take full responsibility, blah, blah, blah. But it's not like he's doing anything to fix it.
Right.
So people are still pissed off about that.
There's plenty of the Bungie deserves to be pissed. People. Ugh. Wow.
What?
It's been a while.
Bungie's pissing on people? What?
They're probably doing that too. No.
That's gross.
There's a lot of reasons why people are pissed at Bungie, and it's well deserved. Because think about what people were asking for most was better content for Destiny. People loved the game. They want to continue that, and they were like, nope. Bye.
They make a lot of weird-ass decisions sometimes, and it just doesn't make sense.
No.
And along those lines, I'm still trying to compile all this information and figure out where it's coming from because I haven't seen an article from Bungie about this yet, unless I'm missing it somewhere. But there's a lot of new information coming out about Destiny's new expansion that's in a couple weeks, actually, called The Edge of Fate.
Yeah.
Where we're going to Kepler and we meet new characters and do new things and get new abilities and stuff. But new information is coming out about that, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out where it's coming from and make sense out of it. But with this, there's going, I don't know if you've kept up with it, but there is going to be changes to the armor system. There's going to be changes to the weapons. There's going to be changes to the sandbox, how things work. Like armor has tiers now from 1 to 5. Depending on the tier, when you infuse it with your other armor to make your armor better. If the tier is higher than your armor, it costs more. There's there's new weapon archetypes. There's new verbs and stuff for how things interact and whatnot. But the biggest thing that people are focused on, that they've already come out and changed back, or reverted mostly, is they were changing things to fragment slots on aspects for your subclass, where some had 2, some had 1, some had 3, depending on what it is. Their focus was on prismatic, and they wanted to take away, and that's not their wording, but it is essentially taking it down, or taking away by toning down how many fragment slots each aspect has. And there was a lot of backlash from the community based on that, to where today they came out and was like, okay, we feel like this is a good middle ground to where all the prismatic aspects are going to have 2 going forward till we can make a bigger sweep across them. So at least they came back and they reverted some things, but it's still there's a ton of weird ass changes that are going on, and there's a lot of pushback from the community, but they're still going forward with it. The armor system and stuff is kind of turning me off too. I don't want to. I don't like the idea of being where I am just to log back in and start down at literally 10 power, and then have to start grinding all over again. And then at the beginning of every season, which is I think it's 6 months, you have your things reset and you have to start back over from 200 if you make it there.
Seriously, the power's getting down reset that low.
Yep. So from levels 10 to 200, it's just infuse, and then from 200 up is doing different content to keep infusing, but it's minimal, and you have to get different tiers of armor to be able to get the better aspects. And of course, higher tier armor gives you better slots or more slots or additional stats for like your discipline, your strength, and all that. Which those verbs are also changing as well. I say verbs; those nouns are changing.
I finally got my character the way I want. I like it.
I think the armor is going to. It's still going to be similar to what we have, but it's just dropping the power, and then you have to reinfuse it. But then all those 6 stats are going to be different too. Like they're going to be tied to different parts of your character's, like their own individual stats and things like that. So it's going to have a little more customization to it, but it's still it affects it differently. Yeah.
Like
That's a lot.
I'm not happy, but at the same time, I have a feeling this might just be one of those situations where I'm being a crotchety old man, and they're like, "I like my shit the way it is. Don't change it."
No, I'm there with you. As soon as I was reading through all that and making sense of it, I'm like, I don't want to have to go through all this. I want to play the new stuff, but I just don't want to have to go through all this crap again. I love the game. It's fun.
Right.
But I don't want to grind all the shit just to be able to do what I've been doing and have to get back up to be able to play endgame stuff.
And just the artifact alone, when we got a new artifact, it sucks having to redo that stuff because the perks change and everything like that. But at least that's not bad. But you have to redo every time you're gonna have to redo your power and do this every single time now.
It's not a straight drop to 0. It's just resetting it back to 200, and then the seasonal grind is getting back up to whatever you can get to.
Right.
And I say that I don't know if it caps out at like 500 or something. But maybe there is a cap to it. But supposedly everything you do can earn you gear that will be able to infuse into your armor to make it better.
Yeah.
And they're also changing the director. You know, the menu with all the planets and stuff. Now it's going to be what's known as portals. So it's tabs and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see it when we see it. It's all I can say at this point.
There's some videos from some of the Destiny content creators that have been talking about things like Datto has put out a couple different videos showing off some of the new aspects, some of the changes, and like walking through how they're changing them, how you're going to get them, how you're going to use them, and whatnot, which is where I'm pulling a lot of the stuff that I know about this from.
Yeah. Because
that was my first source. Then there's a handful still that I need to catch up on, but
yeah,
that's where I got a lot of that stuff from.
Okay.
There's a couple different content creators that have videos out talking about it.
And I just need to catch up on that stuff because it's been bad.
I don't remember if we placed a bet on this, and it feels like Rockstar is a little buddy-buddy with Sony lately, but that's just me, but it certainly looks like it, just from like advertising and whatnot. But, believe it or not, no surprise, GTA 6 has been delayed. I knew it was going to happen.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's just the same time next year. That's all.
And then
no surprise.
And then we get there and be like, "Hey, guess what? Bye-bye."
No, I'm pretty sure that they're going to, I almost said delete it. Yeah, they're going to delete it next year. They're going to release it next year. I think it'll be ready for sure by then.
You know how pissed some people will be if they don't?
I would be very surprised if somehow they don't, but you know that if they delay it, it's probably for a good reason, and when Rockstar puts out games, it's always pretty solid.
Fair enough. And it's not like people have stopped playing GTA 5, so...
Yeah, that has not stopped, and it's been like a shift to GTA 5 Online, too. Like, that became its whole ecosystem. And what's funny, too, is they tried something similar with Red Dead Online 2. And that's not like a separate game. That's just their online services for Red Dead Redemption 2. But it didn't hit as well as GTA did for GTA Online.
Yep.
But there was a lot of cool things for it, too. Like things you can do and missions you can go on. And just like the game itself is fun. Like the physics of the game and everything they put into it,
Yep.
it allows for a lot of cool things. But it just didn't land as well as GTA Online did. So, who knows? It also didn't come out at the same time as GTA 5. Like, they had to work on it after GTA 5 came out to make GTA Online what it was.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's going to be the same cadence for GTA 6 or not.
Maybe. I'll just have to say.
Since we were talking about Sony things, how about another Sony adjacent thing that I guarantee I know that's on your list? Because I completely forgot about it until I was laying in there putting Lauren back to bed.
Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I want to jump into this. Because I don't want to give away what it is yet. Because I want to know if I got it right or not.
Mm-hmm.
So, it has to be some sort of partnership with, and I have to guess, Magic the Gathering. Because they have been on a run of partnerships with bringing out a handful of different cards and stuff, and they just recently put out some Final Fantasy cards of some sort. So I know you have that on your list.
Yep.
Yeah. So tell me about it. I didn't look into it. I just know that they did.
Yeah. They did exactly that. I thought that was pretty damn cool. They
So how many did they make?
The one that I saw,
Don't tell me who they are. I want to guess. How many did they make? Like individual, I guess, characters or creatures or something?
3 cards
3.
for this collab.
Okay.
Yep.
Are they? I'm going to guess that they are main characters from different games.
Nope.
No, none of them are main characters from any of the games?
Nope.
Okay. Are they monsters from the games?
It doesn't look like it. I'm just rereading just rereading my notes. It doesn't look like it. It's. Do you want me to get into it?
I don't want to scroll. Yeah, you go ahead. I don't want to scroll down and spoil the surprise of your notes, so go ahead, tell me.
So, this Final Fantasy collaboration was specifically Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
They came out with three different cards. One is Reach the Horizon. The art
What
featured.
the hell is that?
They didn't say what the card does, but it does say that the core art for that one is the cast. You know how when they leave Midgar, Barrett, Aerith, Tifa, Cloud, and Red 13. Right after the whole chase scene, when they had the motorcycle and the
Sure.
truck. Oh.
Let's say sure. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's that scene. They're staring off into the distance, stuff like that. Not a bad.
That's the name of the card?
Yep, Reach the Horizon.
I know a bit about Magic, but I'm trying to figure out what kind of card that would be.
I don't remember.
I need to look into this.
The next
Not gonna
one.
spoil your thing.
Yep. Well, you're looking. The next one is called Weapons Vendor. The card lets you draw a card, and at the beginning of your turn, you can pay 1 mana, allowing you to attach the equipment to a creature you control.
Okay, see, that makes sense.
The artwork for that one looks like the vendor from. Oh my god. I don't remember if it's the Sector 7 Slums vendor or the one from the is it Sector 6? The one where Don Corneo's mansion is.
Mike.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
There's so much more.
There
are so much more than just those 3 cards. I'm looking on Magic's site. There's so much more, buddy. There's Sephiroth, the Fabled Soldier, who's I want to say Swamp. I don't remember. I think it's Swamps for them. There's Terra, Magical Adept, which is from Final Fantasy 4 or 6. Terra?
Then-
I don't remember. Kefka, the Court Mage.
That
the main villain from 6 or whatever, he's one of these two.
then those must have came out after they they made the announcement on what I was reading, because I only saw those 3.
Here we also got Cloud Midgar Mercenary, Lightning Army of One, Tifa Lockhart, and Grahatia Scion Reborn. I don't know who that is. Oh, that's from Final Fantasy. Oh, I gotta learn to read. Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
So it looks like these all come out June. Where was it? Where are you? June 13th.
Yes, sir. I stand corrected.
I had no idea it was this big. I thought it was just the 3 cards, which would have made perfect sense.
Yeah. And
It says the
No, I was gonna say it would make sense as to like it following along the lines of like Rebirth coming out and stuff like that. So I kind of figured it might follow along that, but seeing as they have other Final Fantasy games in those cards, then I'm very curious.
Well, here's from Magic the Gathering's official site. Says the beloved Final Fantasy RPG series' 16 mainline games of unforgettable characters, items, and moments are now here in Magic the Gathering. Cast powerful spells, call upon classic summons, and even visit your favorite locations on the back of a chocobo. Countless elements from the games are here for you to weave together for your own story. There's also this some art from Final Fantasy X of, oh god, Tidus and what's the main girl's name too?
Yuna?
Yes, them two kissing in the water. And it's called Together Forever. No idea what that card would be for.
Okay.
Enter battle with some iconic characters, items, and moments. Goodies, rares, mythics, traditional foils, yeah. Full art lands, that'd be cool to see. Seeing the mana used in Magic, but it's the Final Fantasy VII locations, or Final Fantasy locations in general.
Yeah, that would be pretty damn cool.
So, on the main boxes of some of these are called Commander decks. I see Tidus and... Do you say Tidus or Titus?
I want to say I say Tidus now, but I'm pretty sure when I started I said Titus.
Same here.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I do too. So it's him, Cloud, I think this is Terra, and I don't know what the other one is, but those are like box sets of the main character, and then you get a couple packs of them.
Oh, Jesus.
And then they got the giant box bundles and Sephiroth on that. You want that?
Oh my god. I think I'll be murdered at this point.
By your wife?
Oh, yeah. No more spending for a while.
Why not, man? I say why not. Are you okay?
Alexa was going off in the background.
Oh, okay. So you say you don't want to spend any more money, but here's where I tell you that the Switch 2 is coming out tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean today, since it's midnight. But yeah, June 5th comes out.
Go ahead, buy your brick.
Damn. Wow. Tell me how you really feel.
I definitely wasn't
you?
gonna get it anytime soon, but after hearing recent news on the Switch 2, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Well, let's talk about it. What's turned you off about it?
The fact that you're buying the system, but if Nintendo you piss off Nintendo at all, they can turn it into a straight brick.
To be fair, any of the companies can do that with their consoles as well. Yeah.
Did not know that.
How do you like that? Yep. Once your thing's registered to your name, your console has a MAC address, and all you have to do is say, nope, and hit a button on that, and then your console will not connect to anything, and you cannot play a thing.
Which I think is stupid as shit, because you bought the system, you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. I can understand, like, stopping somebody from using online services or anything like that, but if you're, let's say for example, I knew how to hack the Final Fantasy remakes or whatever. I don't like something that they did, and I change it specifically for mine. It's my personal use. If you're gonna have an issue with it, who the hell are you to tell me you're gonna turn my system into a brick because you don't like how I'm using my system?
It's less of how you're using it and more of a malicious thing usually. Like if your console is modified, I think there are some things that they have put in place to check if it is or not. But it's probably, by my guess, specific ways that it's checked, or like specific things that are checked, so that way it's not affecting their back end. It's not getting into their servers and screwing up anything. It's not messing up their stores or anything like that. So if you want to modify your console and it doesn't affect anything on their services, probably fine. But if it's modified and it detects it, it might not be able to connect to the services either.
Right.
But a lot of these rules and things that they have in place are in the EULA, and you agree to them when you sign up for it and register your stuff.
Who the fuck reads the EULA?
That's why they have websites that summarize it for you.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Anyway, no surprise. Everything's been able to do that. Before, it's only been now where you're not able to play your games because you have to be connected to the internet. Before, you could have your console shut off from their services, but you could still play those games. Like back on the 360 area, you could still play the 360 games on there. You just can't play online. You have to get a new Xbox and get a new registration. That's all. What else about the Switch has turned you off?
The exorbitant prices. Let's see. The fact that they allowed the systems to go out early to people. They had.
When you say early to people, what do you mean? Because they have to ship them out to the stores so that way they're ready, and then like it's up to the stores not to break street date. But you know that always people will do that, and there have been videos of people showing off the menus and things now, and like the startup screens and what it looks like. It's a very simple screen, just like the original Switch was, and it's only black and white for your themes.
I thought, unless I'm completely mistaken, so the few videos that I did see, and that the complaint was basically that was they received their systems early, but there was a day one patch that didn't allow them to actually use it.
Right. And I had that in my notes somewhere too. That's exactly what the case was. I'm not surprised because it's not a dev kit. It's just like games. If the game is coming out and you get it early, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't have the things up and ready to go. You're also kind of shooting yourself in the foot if you're trying to connect to their stuff early, and then they can see, oh, you got that? We're just going to ban you.
But from my understanding, I thought they got it legitimately. I didn't. It just happened to come in early. It's just not somebody doing something shisty. If it's shisty, I understand. But if they legitimately got it early because it was shipped to them early, that's not their fault. The hell.
No, if it's shipped directly to them early, no, that's not necessarily their fault. But if I almost said Microsoft, Jesus Christ, if Nintendo has a set date in mind that they want things to go live, and it could just be that these are bug fixes that they're trying to do up until the last minute and then push that live so that way when people get onto their Switches, they're able to download this thing so that way it runs as they want it to. It's just like games these days. What game doesn't have a day one patch to fix some minor bugs or whatever that they weren't able to do before they finalized the game?
Right. Not an acceptable practice, but
no, it's absolutely not. But that's just game development these days, man. It's unfortunate.
Still won't be getting the Switch 2 anytime soon.
I was very close to pre-ordering it, and then like they showed it off, talked about it, and then literally like 3 hours later they're like, we're pausing all the pre-orders because of the fucking Trump tariffs and stuff. And then it was a couple days later, they're like, pre-orders back on. Game's still coming out, or the console's still coming out the same day.
Oh,
like yeah. And then all that shit was going on too with like the pricing and what's going on with the console and like showing off the games, I'm not excited about anything really.
Yeah.
Mario Kart seems cool, but it's very open and boring from what I'm hearing. Like there's nothing in between getting from A to B to like draw you in and make you want to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have to pay extra just because of a stupid add-on for Breath of the Wild or any of the games that I have now.
Right.
I think they're rolling that in with your online subscription or whatever. But it still sucks that it's not one of those things where you have the game, you own it already, you can't just put it in, and because of the new hardware, it runs better.
Mm-hmm.
They have to lock that behind an upgrade fee or whatever. And then not to mention the fact that the console itself was, what, $400, and then they want to charge $80 for games when we just got $70 games?
Yep.
Yeah. Not cool.
Nope. Not at all.
But it was just funny that they talked about that, then the tariffs were on, and then they were off, and then they're like, yeah, pre-orders on, off, on, back again. All right, let's do this.
Well, speaking of the tariffs, that's actually one of the topics I had read about, because they weren't, or at least at the time, when I read it, they said that the federal courts had blocked the planned tariffs at the time, and because people didn't know what the hell was going on, a lot of the companies were already paying it ahead of time, anticipating it, so that they didn't have to deal with that. Let's see, but let's see. Just trying to refresh my memory here. Thursday.
Refresh that memory.
Yeah, apparently. But yeah, I don't remember if it was Nintendo or not that said they couldn't say if that's their prices are going to be the tariffs are going to be passed on.
Right. And I think like the initial worry was they were waiting to see what their forecast for like financials were going to look like based on those. But they probably couldn't outright say so. But then obviously things were going on, so then they were like, all right, price is still the same, because the pricing of it was the biggest thing that might have changed.
Right. And at that point, that would be kind of suckish. I'm not gonna blame companies at that point if the systems are gonna be cost more because of tariffs. Blame politics at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Not something we're gonna get into we're not gonna get into here, but
this is a video game podcast.
Yeah.
Even though I have an interview with a metal guitarist coming up on Friday. Makes sense out of that one. Talking about mostly, what's funny is we talked a little bit about games, mostly about music and being a dad, which was cool.
Oh, there you go. That's a nice change of pace.
It was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good talk.
So tune in for that one.
Yeah. Hey, you own Power Wash, don't you? Power Wash Simulator?
I have not yet. How have I not bought that yet?
Okay, perfect. I'm glad that you didn't, because this is going to help. Okay, that sounds really harsh, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. It's good that you haven't bought it on a financial idea or in a financial aspect, because they just put out a bundle for their game. It's all the DLC that they put out for it, all together with the game too. So now you can enjoy all the fun stuff that they put out, all the extra DLC, all the Muckingham files, blah, blah, blah. Because Power Wash Simulator 2, I believe, is coming out this year at some point. So they probably put this all as a bundle to get a little bump in financials or whatever, pay back Square Enix for the licensing for stuff, and then full steam ahead on Power Wash Simulator 2 for this year.
So that means if I get this bundle, I get the Final Fantasy crossover thingy along with SpongeBob.
I believe the Final Fantasy one was free, so you can jump in and download that now, along with all their quote unquote Muckingham files. It's like their internal story, even though you're just a dude cleaning.
Yeah.
But the campaign, there's actually a kind of a story in the background, and it deals with you cleaning these things and stuff happening around you. You're just a cleaner.
Yeah.
But same idea with the Muckingham file stuff, which was free DLC. But I believe because, oh god, what is the partnership between them? The Square Enix either paid for the development of Power Wash or they invested in the company to do so. And because of that partnership, they got the Final Fantasy pack for free. So that one was free. The Lara Croft one was free.
Mhm.
I'm trying to remember. There was like one or two more in there. But then the ones that are paid are the SpongeBob one, the Warhammer one, the Wallace and Gromit one.
Mhm.
God, what else? There's 2 or 3 more in there too. But it's like all 5 or 6 of those packs plus all the other ones. I don't know what the price is. I didn't look up that. Sorry.
It's a surprise.
Yeah. But it is Power Wash Simulator 2 is scheduled to come out this year, so we'll see if it sticks to that.
Yay! Get your wash on,
They
people.
have a trailer.
Ooh.
Get your wash on. Get your wash on. That was nice. I like that.
It's after midnight. It gets fun.
Wait, that sounds bad. I'm giving you space to jump in with anything that you might have because I can flow right through all of my stuff.
Well, you might be happy about this one, and we may need to visit at some point. Bandai is opening a new Gundam museum.
Where?
Well, obviously in Japan, but is going to be in Shizuoka, Japan. Because apparently, since the pandemic, the sales have gone up and the popularity has gone up so much that they have to open up another factory.
I should open up my closet door right now and show you just how big that stack is from us getting Gundams and telling people that I'm building them again. I have it goes all the way to the ceiling and then starting on another stack of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, you have me beat.
Oh my god, your camera's fucking up again. Holy shit. Whoa. Oh, good night. Oh, you're back.
That was funky. And I caught that one this time. Too bad we're not recording. We're not recording the video feed. That would have been interesting.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Oh well.
But yeah, no. This one, supposedly it's going to be opening September 2nd of this year, so that's going to be cool. You can actually go there to visit, get to see how the system gets made. Wow.
How the system gets
No, not my camera was freaking out again. You get to see how the model kits get made, like the sprues and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
And then
Tell me you can buy them on site too.
right, you actually get to make your own one when you're there that you get to take home.
Like you can mix and match pieces?
I'm assuming so. Or I'm assuming that they'll give you, let's say for example, they probably have like a standard RX-78 model that you can be like, oh, okay, I want to use the injection molds. I want to make it all black, or I want it Italian colors, whatever.
Okay. Wonder if you can go as far as to like customize the weapons that you can put in their hand too.
I would assume so because the hands themselves are standardized, so I don't see a reason why you wouldn't be able to.
Right. My thinking is I can't remember all the model names, so I have one that has the green Buster Sword, and then I like the original, what is it, Wing Gundam's pink one.
Okay. Oh, you're talking about the Beam Saber?
Yeah. I don't know why I said Buster Sword.
I don't know.
Who am I?
I'm
a fake fan.
Because we were talking about Final Fantasy, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
And ironically enough, 50%
already.
Huh?
I'm just making a joke.
What surprised the hell out of me is apparently 50% of their sales actually comes outside of Japan.
Holy crap! Really?
Uh-huh. So that's part of the wow. Okay.
Your camera just does not want to work. Like you said, it's after midnight. It's done for the day.
I close the thing and it's still doing its little freak out.
Still flipping white.
Yeah. But yeah, like I want to say the first floor, is supposed to be the factory, and like the second and third floors are going to be the museum, something like that.
That's cool.
And the floor just above the factory will actually have windows. That way you can watch the whole process and everything like that. So I think that would actually be pretty damn cool.
That sounds really cool. I want to see that. I guess we got to go to Japan now.
Yep. I have a feeling that's just going to be a you and me thing.
We can go check out the Nintendo Museum too.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, we can go to the Pokemon centers there.
Yep. Okay, maybe the kids will want to tag along for that one, but I don't think anybody else would want to tag along.
Yeah, maybe not. That's all right. That's cool though.
Oh yeah. I thought
It's crazy that there's 50% of their sales are outside of Japan alone though. That's nuts.
just goes.
I guess it shows their popularity. Anime's just only gone up in popularity as well too, and Gundam hasn't stopped making shows.
Well, look at the original Mobile Suit Gundam and Wing Gundam. A lot of people, especially our generation, grew up on Wing Gundam.
We're that age. We have disposable income now.
Yep,
we're supporting them.
I will gladly throw my money at you.
Yeah.
But like, God damn it, build me a life-size Gundam. I swear to God,
here's something we don't have to throw our money at anymore.
What?
EA.
What don't we have to throw our money out anymore?
We don't have to give our money to EA anymore because they don't know how to manage it well.
Oh God, what happened?
Well, a couple months ago, they cut their initial forecast for this fiscal year due to underperformance during the holiday season. They were expecting like some big numbers from Dragon Age Veilguard because it's been a minute since Dragon Age had a game.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it ended up underperforming. And I'm not going to blame that. Like, it missed its expected rate by about 50%, which is tough.
Mm-hmm.
They hit about 100? Yeah. 1.5 million players, they said, have played the game. So if they miss their mark by about 50% based on those numbers, that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to blame performance from one studio for another one. I'm going to blame solely EA for this one. But, well, no, I guess I can't blame EA because this was also the studio squandering shit. But EA ended up closing Cliffhanger Studios.
Mm-hmm.
They were originally making a Black Panther game. But apparently this has been in development for 4 years, and they had no kind of demo or any kind of like tech demo or anything to show for it.
Right.
They just spent 4 years of developing and trying to make something and got nothing to show for it. So then I guess EA must have came in and was like, all right, goodbye. But along those same lines, because of an Insomniac leak that happened like months ago,
Mm-hmm.
it showed a lot of the financials and things that go into game development, which includes licensing fees, and Disney has a nice chunk of change coming from these developers that license out their titles for games. Like Spider-Man. I believe it was like a couple million for the license.
No shit. Okay.
So they have to make the money back somehow.
Yeah, because Sony
Sony
only
don't
has
quote me. I could very well be wrong. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was a decent chunk of change in the millions just for the license to be able to develop it. And of course, you have to have like the whole outline for how you're going to do it, how long it's going to take, what you're going to do, and all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah, and then every
But
decision down the
the
line, they have to get Disney's approval.
Yes, but the fact that the studio had 4 years to make something and got nothing from it sucks. But of course, that's why they would have to cancel it because they don't have any more money to pump into it based on how shitty or how dire things look, I guess.
But what makes no sense to me is they cancel the Black Panther one, but they have other Marvel games still in development.
That's exactly it. They cut their forecast for what the games are coming out based on all this stuff.
Yeah.
So because they didn't make enough money during the holiday season, they have to cut their projected forecast for games. Like the Black Panther game is not the only one that they've canceled this year. That's just been the biggest name one because people were looking forward to it.
Right.
And nothing came from it. So it's just another one.
Another one bites the dust.
I want to kind of go in a upwards trajectory with the next one. So so this is like EA down bottom of the barrel kind of shitty situation. This one is a shitty situation, but it's based on a kind of a shitty person, and everybody knows it. And I'm just gonna jump into it. Randy Pitchford, head of Gearbox Studios, they make Borderlands and all that stuff. He made a pretty shitty comment. Somebody asked him what his feelings about the Switch games being $80 and Borderlands possibly being $80. And just off the cuff, really quick, his response was, well, the real fans of Borderlands will find a way to pay $80 for it.
Asshole.
How does that make you feel? Yeah, exactly.
So basically,
I'm sure
you
he
just
got
want
a slap.
Yeah, the way I say it is, I don't give a shit about New Blood. That's the ones that already are hooked on our crack. They'll pay our bills.
That's kind of the way that it felt and the way it came off. Yeah. But I think he ended up getting a slap on the wrist or at least reprimanded for those kind of comments, because then he came out with a longer apology and explaining what he really meant behind it. But it still boiled down to essentially the same thing.
What? These comments seem to be happening quite a lot. And what makes no sense to me is
Look at the people who are making it in the positions they're in, first off.
Not only that, these companies, it's not like this is a mom and pop shop type of thing. These are like big companies. Where
Not to mention, I don't think he has the room to be talking, considering they were owned by. I think they came out of the Embracer thing a little unscathed, still like bruised, and then were picked up by somebody else. So he really doesn't have much room to be talking about shit.
That and where the fuck are these companies' PR departments in this situation? I'm like, why are you?
Well, he's the head of the studio. But it's the shareholders that own the studio, too, that came down on him, I'm assuming, which is why he came out and apologized.
Right. And as they should. But, I want to know is how the hell did it go down? And it's not just him. How are these comments going down the pipeline and there isn't some type of check and balance and say, hey, let's not.
That's right there.
There's
There's no check and balance.
Yeah.
When it's the heads of the studios and the people who are higher up that are saying it, there's no checks and balances there. All you can do is, like they say, vote with your wallet. Just don't buy their shit. Boycott it. Don't do it.
Yeah, basically. If you don't want my money, that's fine.
If you don't get disciplined the right way.
Yeah.
So hurt them or hit them while it hurt. God damn it. Hit them where it hurts in their wallet.
I'd rather hit them in the balls, but yeah, sure.
Jesus. That's assault, brother. All right, another sad gaming story. Not really sad, but kind of shitty. But also, I'm not surprised at this at all because this is very similar to EA. Although EA is still doing presentations, as far as I'm aware, or rolling them into other things. We'll see come the summertime. But Ubisoft is not doing their Ubisoft Forward presentation. Like the Nintendo Directs and their State of Plays, they're not doing their live in-person thing.
Okay.
They're instead going to join up with IGN and be part. They're going to present during their IGN Live.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna come back around for the PC gaming show, and then we'll have some sort of attendance at Gamescom. And all they have said was, we like to meet our fans and things in different avenues and find different ways for marketing and advertising. So we're just interested in seeing what the future comes, which is like corporate speak for a whole lot of nothing. But it's with their performance of their games and how things are going with the studios and just all the crap that's been coming out from Ubisoft. They've stumbled a lot in the last year and a half alone. So the fact that they're not having this, it doesn't surprise me. I don't feel like they have a lot to show. Like they don't have a big slate. They also probably are hurting financially because of poor sales and things. So no surprise to me there.
There seems to be a theme for today's episode, apparently. Because I don't have it in in my notes, but I'm pretty sure it might be one of your topics. I think I remember glancing it, but quickly, but like where Square is going in the same direction, where they're restructuring what their focuses are?
I do not have that in my notes.
Really? I could have sworn I thought.
Yeah. No, I missed that. We're gonna have to look that up.
I don't have it in my notes either, so please bear with me. But yeah, like Square, their new head basically said, "Hey, we're restructuring how we're doing things. We're going to be focusing more on certain games. Other games that they were rolling the dice on, they're like, no, we're canceling them at this point. That way we can focus our resources on other stuff. Case in point, because I always have to do this. Kingdom Hearts Missing Link.
Bring it. Yeah.
That was in development for how many years, and they just outright came out and said, "Hey, this game is just straight up canceled."
What do you think the reason for that is? Do you think it's like a slow market? Is it just the company's not wanting to take the risk because they don't see the returns, or do they need to make money hand over fist to keep going because of the way the industry is going?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things. One of the major things, and this is a common complaint, at least with Square, anyways. They don't make good mobile games.
Well, they're in the business of making console games, and I guess PC games by adjacency too now, but they've never been a mobile thing, which is why usually when game developers like this, they'll look at mobile game developers specifically for help on making mobile games.
Yeah.
That's the same thing they did with Fallout Shelter. Like Bethesda and them hooked up with one of those app developers, and they helped make Fallout Shelter for them.
Right. As far as at least I'm speaking on Missing Link specifically. As far as the other titles that they announced canceling, I'm sure they have their own reasonings. But like Missing Link is the perfect example of they're not known for mobile games. They're not good. Every mobile game that I've played and that I've heard about that they've released was not received well.
Even like the Final Fantasy D-Make?
Say that again?
Even the Final Fantasy VII D-Make?
Oh, you're talking about the shooter game?
The one that they... No, not even that. The actual Final Fantasy VII game. It was a mobile port of it that they debuted alongside that one.
I don't remember that one. I want to say the... okay, I was wrong. The one that did well, or at least I liked... Let's see if I still have it on my phone. Opera Omnia. Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. Was supposed.
I have never heard of that.
It's
always with their fucking weird ass names too, man.
I don't know. ask Tetsuya Nomura. I have no idea. But no, that one was, and even then, that one's is on a mobile system, but it sort of plays like a mini console game. Like if it was a PSP or something like that, it plays like that. So I don't count that towards the mobile games, but like Union Cross, that Final Fantasy mobile game that they released years ago that followed the Turks or whatever.
I have no idea what that is either. Jesus.
That one was from like flip phone days. I want to say that was for like the Razor or something like that. I don't remember.
Wow. All right.
But yeah, no, it was a hit or miss, and they were trying to aim to make the graphics look like Kingdom Hearts 3, but it's supposed to be like a GPS game, like Pokemon Go, but still be able to have like a storyline and stuff like that. But and a lot of people were looking forward to it because of supposedly the story. Granted, once Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out, you don't need to play Missing Link to get the story from what the explanation was, but it explains a lot. It's like how Union Cross was a lore game that set up a lot of the stuff of why things happen and.
Oh, did it fill in a lot of blanks?
Right. It also raised a lot of freaking questions too. But
Of course.
um,
Wouldn't be a Final Fantasy game if it didn't.
but but it wasn't received well, and to the point where the game eventually shut down. But if you don't have the people
Was
who
not
had it
received well
already.
because it was just a bad game? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
No,
you.
no, it's okay. I liked it. It was I liked it personally just because I thought it was cute and stuff like that. But it was mainly gotcha games. It fell into
that's
that.
a problem with Nintendo's games too. Like
Yeah.
their biggest one was Kingdom Hearts or Kingdom. Jeez, see what you got me doing? God damn it! Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
There was a Fire Emblem mobile game, but it's a gotcha game too. And of course, it's their biggest hit because everyone's pumping money into it to get the specific characters they want.
And that's the thing. And I get it. They want to make money, and if they're going to do that, they might as well do it with titles that they know people are going to want to go for.
Yes, but how blatant can you be before people start saying, "Okay, I know what you're doing now"? Because it's very obvious.
Right. I want to say towards the end, like with Union Cross, when I was playing, the power creep was so bad. You knew it was definitely for gearing towards pay for play at that point. When the meta would be one thing 1 month, and then the next month, whatever you got last month was gone. Well, it was still in the game, but it wasn't the meta anymore.
It was deprecated.
Yeah. And
I guess that's how they keep the engagement up too. You have to keep regrinding.
yeah, but at the same time, if you're spending real money you shouldn't. I'm thinking from the consumer point. I don't want to have to keep spending money just to
Right.
stay up to date.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to spend money on something, and I know my opinion has changed since about gotchas since when we first started the podcast, but if I'm going to be spending money on a game like that, it's going to be on stuff that I actually want. Like like for example the mushroom games. They just recently had a crossover with remember that slime game that I was talking about?
Yeah.
They actually had a recent crossover with that. I actually spent money on that one just so I can get a specific character.
You would.
But I got it.
I do not blame you.
But I got it because I wanted the character, not because.
Right. And that's why I don't blame you, because it's something you actually wanted. You have the money and you spent it specifically for that reason.
Right. But dear God, I spent more than I felt comfortable doing.
Was it still a gotcha thing, or were you able to pick specifically? I feel like that might change people's perspective on things if they can pick specifically what they want. But then how do you price that out also?
It was still a gotcha, but there was a mercy.
Mm-hmm.
But you had to spend to get to the mercy. You had to spend.
Yes, that's where they get you.
Yeah. No. Luckily enough, I did not get to the mercy, but I can see how how people are concerned about gotcha games being gambling, because oh my God,
You get that hit, and it's like, just one more. I feel it. It's the next one. I can do it.
Oh, yeah.
Just one more. Just one more.
and you spend so much. You're like, and you get to a point where you spend so much, and you see like you said, you see that finish line. You're like, I've already spent all this money. Might as well spend a little more to get it, because everything prior to that is going to be a waste. If you only spent like $5-10, not a big deal. Let it go. But if you're spending upwards of 100 or more, then you're like, fuck, I just wasted all that money and I didn't get it.
And that's why these kind of things and systems should not be in games that are aimed at kids.
No, not at all.
Because kids do not have that compunction and self-control to say, I'm spending money, I need to stop. They're just like, oh, I can get this. Let's just do it until I get what I want. Or let's just try to get all of them.
Adults barely have self-control for that.
There are some adults that don't have self-control, but what do you want me to do? I can't control them. I can only be responsible for me, and that's enough.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, I
Right,
understand it more now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right, some good news. Good news. Summer Games Fest is happening this year again.
yay!
Yay! And apparently they've partnered with different people. They have over 60 different partners that are confirmed for the show. That includes PlayStation, Xbox, Capcom, and Square Enix, and Nintendo, surprisingly. The craziest thing, though, is that the last time Nintendo actually joined the Summer Games Fest was back in 2020 during the Game Awards when they showed off Sephiroth for Super Smash Brothers. So there's some people wondering what's going on with Nintendo. Are they going to show off something big? Are they going to reveal something new? Or they just want to pump up the Switch 2? I guess we'll see. Starts on Friday.
I'm assuming so.
We'll find out soon. Shit starts on Friday.
Yay!
Yay. Oh, and this is just for me, but I know that there are a lot of Witcher fans too. Since The Witcher 3 has turned 10 years old, CDPR put out some little infographics about the game and what's been going on and what they're doing now. As well as some pictures and some in-game... There's an in-game trailer for Witcher 4, but it's not... I'm trying to get my words right on this because they explained it specifically. It's in-game, in-engine, but it's not part of The Witcher 4. It's just set in the universe, and it's supposed to showcase how UE5 is working with it and what it can do.
Okay.
So it's beautiful. It's really cool. I got to watch it again just to look at every frame.
Yeah.
But it's really pretty. But I guess in its 10-year tenure, it has sold over 60 million units. And The Witcher 4 has officially started pre-production, and they are also the same people who made Cyberpunk 2027. Its DLC, The Phantom Liberty, came out, what was it, last year, year before, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And to date, the DLC has sold over 10 million units. So they're doing pretty well.
Good job, guys.
Yay.
Don't fuck it
I
up.
can't wait for The Witcher 4. Dude, I don't know if you watch it or not, but I recommend going and checking out The Witcher 4's reveal trailer with Ciri. Oh, it's so good. It hurts to watch because it's so sad, but oh my god, it's great.
Yeah. Now, is Witcher 4, it's supposed to have a whole new Witcher now, right? It's not supposed to be Geralt?
That's the idea, and from what I'm seeing, yeah, it's Ciri. And she is from the books and the original games as well.
Okay.
She played an important role.
Okay, so she basically just took over the mantle from him, and...
There's good reason for that as well.
Would I have had to play the other games to find out?
I'm sure that there will be some sort of recap. I can also tell you about it if you want.
I don't want to give people spoilers, even though the game's been out for 10 years.
Well, let's just say that she has traveled with Geralt and learned a lot from him. So it makes sense that the mantle is being passed to her. And that's as spoil-free as I can make it.
Okay.
No main characters have died, nothing like that. That's kind of a spoiler, too, sorry. I'm sure people are worried about that kind of thing, too. Oh god, it's a new character, the main character died. No, nothing like that.
They just wanted to try something new.
And it's also a natural progression for the story.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you're going to be pre-ordering that one.
Yes. I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah. It's still not for, years.
It's okay. It's almost 1 o'clock. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right. Do we got anything else we want to cover that was pretty cool? I think I got all my exciting stuff.
Let's see. Let me double check my...
There's some interesting things that I've read that I want to talk more in depth on, but I want to actually do some more research on and write stuff down about.
Okay.
Oh, really quickly, this is a personal question for you. Have you gotten to play Astro's Playroom yet? The PS5's tech demo game?
I have not. I lost the freaking download card that came with it. I'm like, son of a bitch.
You can download it for free, I think. You just hop in the store and search for it, and you can just pull it down.
Okay, maybe it's not the game I'm thinking of then. Because I know that when I got my PS5, it was one of the bundles, and it just happened to include an Astro game, and it was cheaper than buying the system by
Ooh.
itself.
So Astro's Playroom was the free tech demo for the PS5, like I said, and then they have What the hell is it? Astrobot. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Even though the girls and Meg played it a ton, they made it a full-fledged game based off of Astro's Playroom because everybody loved it.
Yeah.
And that might be the game that got bundled with it because, like I said, the Playroom was free.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have to try that out.
Okay.
Oh, the only last thing I probably want to say, and this was more of an interesting thing. Apparently, prior to the Switch, the Switch 2 announcement, the Mario, the most recent Mario Kart game that is going to be coming out was originally intended for the Switch, but they were actually going to be
Wow.
but they didn't know how they were going to cut it because they basically had the same problem that Final Fantasy VII did when they were in development. That
The hardware wasn't there
right,
for what they wanted to do.
but it sounds like they actually learned from that mistake and was like, okay, let's upgrade our systems instead of forcing the developer to be like, hey, too bad, so sad. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, they were trying to make cuts for the longest time. They were making cuts, but like, okay, we have to take this out. We need to bring down the frame rates, the quality, stuff like that, and
Probably by that point, it's a shell of what it was.
basically. And then they were like, all right, screw it. We're gonna release this on the Switch 2. It can handle the hardware. The hardware could handle it, and it's gonna be one of their main titles on release. So. Good on Nintendo for making the right decision on that one.
Yeah. All right. You want to start wrapping the I almost said the third word. I'm just going to say this stuff up. The show. You want to wrap up the show and go to bed too?
No. Okay.
Okay. Let me hit you with some fun quotes on this. Fun facts that I was just poking around and was like, oh, this sounds like it'd be some good information for the podcast. This ties back into when we were talking about the Switch 2 and needing to have a day one update to work properly and all that fun stuff.
Yep.
Apparently, and this has been researched and figured out, that now no console will allow you to play without doing an initial online setup step. PS5's disk drive doesn't work without a firmware update. Xbox won't do the initial setup without internet. And now the Switch 2 requires the internet to do their initial setup.
So unless
Yay.
you have the internet, you're buying a brick.
Exactly. And that's just the way things are moving. And part of that is the next fact, too. Have you ever wondered why you have to install games now despite having the disc? Have you ever actually stopped and thought about that? Why is the case? We went from 360 PS3 era to where you had the ability to install them to the console or just play it from the disc to having all these games installed directly to the disc or directly to the hard drive.
I remember reading something. Either I watched the video about it, or along the lines of that topic. Because if I'm not mistaken, some games you can just the initial download portion. Some games you can still play offline, but to actually be able to initiate it, you have to have the internet connection. But once it's on the system, it's on the system. I'm assuming because of firmware and stuff like that, or
so you're close.
Yeah.
It is hardware. It's not firmware. It's more that the disk drive speeds just can't match what they need to actually pull the information to have a steady stream of information for the game to run properly. The ingestion process from disk to reading it and throwing it up on the screen, pulling it from the disk itself does not spin fast enough or read quick enough to pull that information as it needs to. So it has to install it from the disk to the hard drive because the hard drive spin
that much faster, and they were able to pull data down a lot quicker, especially with SSDs.
Yeah.
So now it's just installing all the games to the hard drive, so that way the games can actually run smoothly.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's also what allows the games to be updated a lot more easily. But then they have a lot more control on the consoles and stuff like that too. Like on the back end, they control a lot more of the user experience.
Right.
That's all. Just an interesting little thing.
I didn't actually think of it that way. Okay. We've gotten to the
one
point.
recommendation at the end of this too. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we've finally gotten to the point where the disk system can't keep up. That's why they have to do it that way.
Yep.
No shit. Okay.
And it's kind of, I mean, I say kind of. This is probably the reason why you see a lot of console manufacturers moving away from the disk drive. If you want more of a home computer system, which is what a lot of these consoles are kind of turning into now. They're like mini computers or specifically designated computers for the Xbox ecosystem or the Sony ecosystem or whatever. I just lost my train of thought. Where was I going with this? Oh, you don't need the disk drives anymore because the speeds can't match what they need, so everything just gets put on hard drives, which is why we need bigger hard drive space, because games are just that much bigger because of all the textures and all the stuff. It's just a big old cycle. One begets the other.
And I get that, but at the same time, let's say for example, never mind. I think I just answered my own question. I was gonna say let's say for example, why not take the route of like how they did with Final Fantasy VII, when it released on the PlayStation, where even though the hardware was better than Nintendo, they still had to put it on 3 separate discs just to hold all the information. Why not do the same thing? But why are the companies going to spend more money that way when they can just put it on an online system and be like, hey, you need to download this?
Yeah, and just download the entire thing instead of having to swap out a bunch of different things.
Right. Again, this is the old man in me speaking. I'm like, I would prefer that, but I'm apparently very alone in that situation.
Nah, you're fine. I get it. I have a recommendation for you and everybody listening to check out. It is from the YouTube channel Did You Know Gaming, and they did some pretty hefty research and compiled all this stuff talking about Nintendo's business practices and how they do things and how it's changed to what it looks like in the modern era. And it makes sense, especially when you start seeing the lines connecting and what things look like now in how they are doing things. But I was just like, it was, like I said, it was just surprising, and I recommend people watching it just to hear how it's changed and what they're doing, because it gives you an idea of like what Nintendo's going to do later on too.
Okay. And Did You Know Gaming is actually pretty good channel to watch. I want to say I've gotten some pretty good Pokemon lore out of it because of it.
Hell yeah!
So
I like a lot of their interviews and stuff they do, like some of their videos where they talk to ex-Rare employees or people who have worked with Nintendo and things like that. It's always interesting.
we need more stuff like that.
Yay! Yes, that's what we're trying to do.
So listen to us more. Tell your friends.
Although I'm just interviewing musicians. I'm a gaming podcast.
Nothing wrong with that.
Make sense out of that. We're making friends.
Yes. And that's the important part. It's the people you meet along the way.
All right. I think it's safe to call it now since it's nearly 1 a.m. You can find us on all the socials like YouTube, and we're not on Twitter. Yeah, we are on Twitter, but I'm getting rid of Twitter. I'm holding on to Facebook for now, so we're still on Facebook. I'm gonna get rid of Twitter. We're on Blue Sky. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Google. We're on Apple. We're on all that fun stuff. Instagram too. We're on that.
Let us know what you think.
Mike, say goodnight.
Good night, Mike.
Let us know what you think. Oh, that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
We need to make like a blog site or something, or somewhere so that people can come talk to. Stop short of just doing a free Patreon and having a place where people can chat there. Anyway, that's a chat for another time.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.